Don in London, hello. It's April the 1st, 2009. My video is all about recovery from addiction to substance or behaviour. And it's April 1st. And I don't propose to do an April Fool's Day joke. So, business as usual for me. Yes, recovery from addiction to substance or behaviour. My substance, alcohol, my behaviour, anything connected with any ism you can possibly imagine. So workaholic, relationshipaholic, gymaholic, healthaholic, smokeaholic, whatever it happened to be. I probably transferred whatever my addiction was to another place if I felt one was going out of control. And the answer really was, all of them are out of control. And I'm powerless over them. And I guess these days, in recovery, one day at a time, life is better. I move from the problem to the solution much easier than I would otherwise do. What helps me is a fellowship, Alcoholics Anonymous, and I don't speak for Alcoholics Anonymous, nobody does. It's not an organisation as such, it's a fellowship of people who are even-sized and trying to make one day work this day and the desire to not drink today. That's all it is. And it has 12 action steps, and I'm covering one a month at the moment, so April will be all about step 4, which reads, and this is a toughie for people if you've never been in the business of doing a self-appraisal, but I guess most people are these days if they've gone to work and done some stuff. Step 4 is made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves, and fearless moral inventory means we have to look at our assets and liabilities. And it's not easy if you've been pushed into a place of not knowing what to do next, being in a problem, so stuck down in the ism of an addiction that you can't see a way out. And I guess for me, AA helped me find a way out. I share the preamble of AA here because it sums up what the fellowship is about and what it does for me. And I'm emphasise again, I speak for myself, my own experience, strength and hope of getting along in the day. So, AA and its preamble goes like this. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And in that last sentence which reads, our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety, it's really the breadth and the depth of what this program is there to do. It puts us in a place where we can restart our lives on a daily basis and not drink. And if we can do that, play into the solution, which is not drinking on a daily basis, we have a better idea of how to improve our emotional, physical and spiritual well-being for this one day. So we don't become giants of wisdom, although we probably learn a bit more wisdom each day. We become able to deal with normal life, or extraordinary life as it turns out, because every day, like us, is unique and authentic. So we are lucky. We are very lucky if we can get into sober living. And it takes a while actually to let go of the addiction and start to live in this new solution, the emotional, spiritual and physical well-being that we can be, the best we can be today. It's not about setting a target of something to leap over. It's about living experience of working steps, 12 steps of action about attitude and behaviour. And on my videos I use the Daily Reflections book, which gives me a handle on each day, 1 page a day. And the Daily Reflections book is 12 months, and each month 1 step. So, as I say, step 1 was powerless over alcohol and life unmanageable. Step 2, all about being restored to sanity. And step 3, finding a God of our understanding. And when I say that, it is an understanding of a higher power, which we can exhort or ask, if you like, in good conscience, or to God, the God of your understanding, not mine. Everybody has their personal take, from being an atheist to agnostic to believer, and often we change our minds as much as we change and move into another day. So, you know, what is rock fast or rock steady in this program is that every day will be different, and if we approach it with a sober head, we have a better understanding and a better idea of how to be in the solution of living rather than the problem of living. And for today, April 1st, I know it's April Fool's Day and I don't do it. I think it would be harsh to do that to people, make up some spoof. It wouldn't work for me. But April is all about step 4, the fearless moral inventory, and the reading says this: looking within, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Step 4 is the vigorous and painstaking effort to discover what the liabilities in each of us has been and are. I want to find exactly how, when and where my natural desires have walked me, that is, to be out of proportion to the rest of our living. I wish to look squarely at the unhappiness this has caused others and myself. By discovering what my emotional deformities are, I can move toward their correction or to the solution. Without a willing and persistent effort to do this, there can be little sobriety or contentment for me. To resolve ambivalent feelings, I need to feel a strong and helpful sense of myself. Such an awareness doesn't happen overnight, and no one's self-awareness is permanent. Everybody has the capacity for growth and for self-awareness through an honest encounter with reality. So this only works if we live in the moment. When I don't avoid issues but meet them directly, always trying to resolve them, they become fewer and fewer. And when we try and resolve things on a daily basis, it's not about us imposing our self-will or our self-righteousness or our judgments on others. It's about actually saying, well, what is the solution to our situation today? How can I make the best of it? And what are the things that used to get in the way of that? And most often it was isolation, single-minded thinking, and never taking account of either the person we were with, the family we are in, the community we are part of, or the society we are part of. So often we have been disturbed and warped so much that we cannot make any real connection. So the 12 steps really are there in terms of attitude and behavioural change to make it possible to reconnect with society. Not only that, to be a part of, to be included, and no bigger and no smaller, to take account of what is going on around us. And that is the essence of the programme. And how does it work? It only works for a day, and we learn a little bit more as we go along. And in this book, as Bill sees it, suddenly enough, it's coincidental that it talks about the 10th step, which is like a small step forward. Step 10 is about doing a daily inventory of what's worked and what hasn't. And it says here on page 65, growth by the 10th step. In the years ahead, AA, this is about AA itself, in the years ahead, AA will of course make mistakes. Experience has taught us that we need to have no fear of doing this, providing that we always remain willing to admit our faults and to correct them promptly. Our growth as individuals has depended upon this healthy process of trial and error. So will our growth as a fellowship. Let us always remember that any society of men and women that cannot freely correct its own faults must surely fall into decay, if not into collapse. Such is the universal penalty for the failure to go on growing. Just as each AA must continue to take its moral inventory and act upon it, so must our whole society if we are to survive and if we are to serve usefully and well. And that really is saying that as a society or fellowship, AA need change its attitude and behaviour as society, community and family change their attitudes and behaviour. It's all about staying in the solution rather than wallowing in what might be a problem. And we humans do not change that easily. Society, family, community, we are always playing catch up with where the world is going, because either we're in the forefront or we're trying to play catch up. And some of us have a lot of catching up to do in our own personal conduct and behaviour, and with any luck the 12-step program helps us do this. So what helps me? The books, the fellowship, and one prayer to whatever God is of your understanding. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to learn and know the difference.